It was definitely a really tight-knit family set, and I don't say that lightly. It really was. You know, the Boy Meets World cast, it will always be super united. It's like people who you've gone through school with, and you might not see them for a while, but there's you run into them, and I ran into Will just a couple months ago, and so yeah, you're always connected and you keep in touch. From time to time, and it's funny. Yeah, and I'll get phone calls and stuff, and overwhelmingly it's been positive, and just they want to know, like everybody's just, what's it like what's it really like, what happens, like what do you do? That's the main thing I've noticed too. It's not so much as sometimes it's like this, but it's people are curious of what it's like on the inside, and you know what, it's not that different from this. It really is not. That was so funny. Well, it was we were like crossing paths. Well, the fan came up to me and said, Will's over there and he wants to see you. He was signing and I was out in my costume, walking around and everything. And then I walked up to Will and I'm like, Will, and he's like, ah, and it was really a really sweet moment. And he's like, are you happy? And I was like, yes. And he's like, that's all that matters. And that was the sweetest, connective moment. And it was like no time had passed except a million years. But no, we had seen each other in the last few years. But it was really funny. And he's like, I've heard you've been busy these days. Now, see, I don't know. I won't talk to Mr. Feeney about it. It would be so fun to do a reunion, especially with more focus on the older people's storylines, because Girl Meets World was a lot with the teens and everything. Or just like a special movie where you go away somewhere. Let's go to Paris or Italy or something, like they used to do. Didn't Sabrina the Teenage Witch go to Paris or something? Rome, that's right. And we were like, why don't we get to go there at the time? And we were actually talking, there almost could have been a movie, and I don't know why. I guess they didn't pay for it. But now is the time. Now is the time to pay for it. Listen, if they want to make a movie with me, I'm sure they will be paid well. If they want to make my kind of movie. Well, when I first joined the cast, they told me I was going to have to sing a song in front of the audience for introductions, because every week we had introductions. And they were just playing this joke on me. It's like an initiation thing. And I was like, oh my God, I gotta know this song to say when they introduced the cast in front of before the show. And then we filmed the show, taped the show. And I was like, so right up until before, I'm like, what's gonna happen out there? And they kept making me Ben's like, yeah, it's gonna be bad, it's gonna be. And then finally they told me right before I went out that you don't have to do that. But and then I remember when the bear was on the set. That was a kind of a major thing that happened, because I want to know how, in that episode of The War, how the car got in the room, I got a bear, and I literally was trying to kill them because I had a honey poured on them or whatever. I remember Will asking, is any girl in their period today? And we were like, why are you asking this? Because a bear will smell blood. It was like, that was scary, kind of. But it was a great memory. That's actually one of my most fun episodes, because everyone was together and it talked a lot about uniting and friendship, and I always think it's cool that I was a bridesmaid in Corey and Topanga's wedding. That was really cool. There's so many good memories, and it really feels like looking back at school, saying, oh my God, remember when we did this? And oh, I know one thing. The boys every week were very good about, for the audience, in the middle, they would act out full on Backstreet Boys. They would sing it. Of course, Ben had the shirt come off. They all, all of them, 4 of them, they would do it for the audience every week, the last year. And I have to find it. I have some picture somewhere of Ben just being oh, you know what's a funny story? My hair. Do you remember when my hair got cut really short, really short? That was an accident that got the hairdresser fired, but it ended up turning out good, because once we got it down, because it made it kind of a look, because she was supposed to trim up my hair like that kind of Meg Ryan-y look. And she did, but she cut it, I mean, she cut it, like it was really short. And I was just like, it was a late night, and I remember the executive producer was like, he was fuming at her. That episode where I first had the short hair, there was so much drama around that. Just because of the cut, it just didn't, but then they liked it after that. Then they liked it, because it made a specific look, and people were like, oh, that's different. So it worked out in the end.